Hey everyone, it's Chandni again, and by request of one of my students, I have another flow for you. This time it's a shoulder opener and a morning flow to help you feel prepared for the rest of your day. I'm really excited about this, and I hope that you enjoy, like, subscribe, as well as leave some comments below on anything that you'd like to see in the future. Enjoy. And let's go ahead and just start at the tops of our mats. I know we normally begin seated, but since it's the morning time, we were already laying down, so it'll be a nice time to just kind of really ground through our feet. Feel what it feels like to stand after laying down for so long. And I'm going to ask that you start with your big toes together, your heels slightly apart, in Savasana or mountain pose. Palms are facing forward here. Just coming to your mat and beginning to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe that intention is a positive affirmation that you say to yourself throughout your entire practice. And really just allow yourself to be here now and in the moment. Beginning to activate your Ujjayi breath, your yogic breath, taking a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh, and release it out. Once again, inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Coming to your breath. Sealing the lips. Inhaling through the nose fully and exhaling fully. And bringing your attention and awareness down to your feet for a moment. Seeing where the weight is distributed. Is it distributed more forward or back on the heels? Are you gripping with your toes? See if you can relax that a little more. And just find a normal organic stance with equal distribution. Now inhale, arms come up. Interlace the fingers. Flip the palms, reach up towards the ceiling, gazing up. And then go ahead and take a nice longer stretch here. And then take it over to the right. Trying to root and ground through that left foot evenly with the right. Inhaling it back to center. And then take it over to the left. Breathing through it. Inhaling it back to center and go ahead and just release it down. Shaking it out. And then we'll take some shoulder shrugs here. So taking it back. Just shrugging your shoulders, opening it up. And then reversing that, taking it forward. Now this time, inhale, big toes together still, heels still apart. Inhale, arms come up, reach up, and then go ahead and see if you can come up onto your tippy toes. Working on those ankles. And then exhale it down, bring your hands down to heart center. Great job. We'll do that again. Inhale, arms come up, reach up. Try to see if you can come onto the balls of your feet. Find balance and stability here. And then exhale, hands down, fold it forward. Bringing your hands down to the mat. You can take your feet about hip distance apart. My hamstrings are usually tight in the mornings. Inhale, halfway lift, create length in that spine. Exhale, fold. You can keep a nice, generous bend in the knees. Grabbing opposite elbows here. And just ragdolling it out. Allowing your head to hang. Feeling a nice release here. Couple more breaths. And then releasing the opposite elbows here, just beginning to roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time, stacking one on top of the other. Rolling the shoulders back. Inhale, arms come up, gaze comes up. Try to come up on the balls of your feet, find balance here, strength. And then exhale, heel come down, fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift, create length in that spine, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat. Send your feet back, top of a push-up, drop down to your knees, coming into your tabletop. Great job. Making sure shoulders are stacked over wrists, hips stacked over knees. Inhale, dropping the belly, gazing up. Exhale, round through the spine, push the earth away. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Taking a few more, following your breath here. One more. Now from here, go ahead and place your right hand in the center of the mat. Left hand comes up, really reaching up first, and then go ahead and thread that left hand through, dropping that left shoulder, and then maybe taking a bind here. So your right hand can be up over your head. It can just be out to the side, or you can wrap it around your low back, see if you can catch your left thigh. Trying to gaze past that right shoulder, opening it up. Inhale, releasing that bind, placing that right hand down on the mat, lifting that left shoulder, setting that left hand back up first, and then set it down, placing it in the center of the mat. Right hand comes up this time. Go ahead and thread it through, dropping that right shoulder, left hand comes up, and then you can take a bind here if it's available to you. Left hand comes up. Go ahead and set it down. Setting that right hand back up first. And then set it back down. Curling your toes under, lifting your hips, coming into your first down dog. Feel free to add any movement to this down dog that feels good to you. Maybe walking that dog. And then shifting your weight forward, coming into a high plank here. Really pressing through the balls of the feet as well as your hands. Keeping your elbows tucked in close to the rib cage. Lower all the way down. Inhale, lifting that heart up, rolling the shoulders back. Elbows are drawing in towards one another. Baby cobra. Arms should be at a 90-degree angle. And exhale, come down. Take a moment here. Just find your breath. Inhale, lifting the heart up, rolling the shoulders back. Elbows are drawing in towards one another. Tops of the feet really pressing into the mat. Legs are activated. And then exhale, come down. Lift your hips up. And just kind of push yourself back into a child's pose here. Feeling a nice stretch along the spine. Really reaching your fingertips forward. Now inhale, lifting yourself back up into a tabletop. Curl your toes under, lift your hips. Coming into your down dog. Inhale, looking towards your hands. Begin walking your feet forward. And then meet at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, create length. And then exhale, fold. Grabbing your fingers and releasing them behind you. Allowing there to be a bend in the knees and just opening up the shoulders behind you. Breathing into it. And then beginning to slowly bring your arms back down, releasing the fingers, tracing them forward and up, all the way up until you found yourself with your hands meeting at the top. And then go ahead and bring them down to heart center. Inhale, arms come up. Try to see if you can come back onto the tippy toes, holding it here. And then exhale, bring your heels down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, create length in that spine. And then exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step your feet back, top of a push-up. Keeping your elbows tucked in close to the rib cage, lower. Straightening the arms, rolling the shoulders back, up dog. And then exhale, lifting the hips, coming into your down dog. Great job. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Shifting your weight forward, bringing knee to nose first. Step that right foot through. Dropping that left heel down. Inhale, rise for warrior one. Left toes are turned slightly outward. Hips are squared forward. Bending into that right knee. Continuing to find length in that spine. Beginning to open it up. Warrior two. Making sure there's heel to arch alignment. Knee is drawing out towards the pinky toe. Opening it up. Now from here, taking your right hand down, maybe setting it on the mat. Left hand comes up. We're gonna wrap that left hand around our low back. And then maybe wrap our right hand underneath our right leg, seeing if we can catch it, gazing up past our shoulders, or opening it up a little more. Staying bent into that right knee. Releasing that right hand down, left hand comes back up. Shifting your gaze towards your big toes. Straightening that right leg, repositioning yourself for triangle here. Left hand stays up. Shifting your gaze once again towards your big toes. Inhale, rising up. Left hand comes down, placing it on that left leg. Right hand comes up. Bending back into that right knee, warrior two. Holding it here. And then go ahead and cartwheel your hands down. Come up on the ball with that left foot. Send that right foot back, shift your weight forward, lower. Straightening the arms, rolling the shoulders back, up dog. Exhale, coming into your down dog. Great job. Walking it out. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog, shifting your weight forward, knee to nose first, and then step it through. Dropping that right heel down. Inhale, rising up. Warrior one. Staying bent in that left knee. Great job, guys. And then beginning to open it up, warrior two. Making sure knee doesn't pass ankle. Left hand comes down, placing it on the mat, right hand is up. And then taking that right hand, wrapping it around that low back, seeing if you can catch that left hand underneath. Reminding yourself that one side will always feel different than the other. And that's okay. We're just trying to find some balance here. Releasing that bind, left hand comes down, right hand comes up. Shifting your gaze towards your big toe. Lift yourself back up. Warrior two. Straighten that left leg this time, reaching forward, left hand comes back down, right hand comes back up. Triangle. Shifting your gaze once again towards your big toe. Inhale, rise. Right hand comes down the side. Left hand comes up. And then bending back into that left knee. Go ahead and cartwheel your hands down. Come up on the ball with that right foot. Send that left foot back. And then take your vinyasa here. Coming into your down dog. Finding a moment of stillness here. Inhale, looking towards your hands. Exhale, stepping your feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift, create length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rooting to rise, rise all the way up. Hands come up. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Find balance here. Find your center and a focal point. And then bring your heels down, hands come down, heart center. Great job. Begin to bend your knees, sink your hips, coming into a chair pose. Arms are straight out. Or it could be hands to heart center here. Yogi's choice. Gazing about 3 feet in front of you. Now if your hands aren't at heart center already, go ahead and take them there. And then inhale, find length in that spine once again. Tailbone is tucked slightly under, core is engaged. Go ahead and take a twist over to the left. Gazing up towards that left shoulder. Now if this is too much, you can just take hands to the outer thigh and just hold it here. Finding yourself in a modified twist. I find that smiling through it helps. Now inhale, coming back to center. I know it burns, but we got this. Find length once again. Take that twist over to the right this time. Breathing through it. Inhale, coming back to center. Straighten your legs, fold forward. Great job. Feel a little release here. Keeping a small bend in the knees or generous bend. Go ahead and interlace your fingers behind you. And then open up the shoulders once more in this forward fold. Inhale, releasing the hands behind you, creating a big circle, coming back into chair, and then straightening the legs, hands to heart center. Great job. Taking a big step to the back of the mat, bringing your toes in slightly. Inhale, arms come out. Exhale, hands to the waist. Inhale, lifting your gaze, heart is lifted, gaze is up. And then exhale, hinging only from the waist lower. Bringing your hands down to the mat. Inhale, coming up onto the fingertips, flat back. And then exhale, fold even deeper. Releasing the head and the neck. Elbows are drawing towards that back wall. Keeping your arms in a chaturanga-like setup. Beginning to shift the weight forward onto the balls of the feet. This should be a little easier now. And then inhale, lengthening that spine once again, flat back. Exhale, hands to the waist. Inhale, rising up, strong legs. Exhale it out, great job. Inhaling it back behind you, thumbs are facing up towards the ceiling and up towards the back. Fingers are wrapped around your waist, drawing your elbows together. Gazing up for a moment here, and then exhaling, fold. Breathing through it. Seeing if you can go a little deeper with each breath. Great job. Inhale, rising up. And then exhale, release. Great job. This time, interlacing the fingers behind you. Opening up the shoulders once more. And then exhale, go ahead and fold, allowing the shoulders to open up behind you. I like to keep my palms together. This helps me find a little more of a stretch and a lengthening. And if you find a point of resistance, maybe bend the elbows here and then readjust. Breathing into it. Inhale, rising up slow. And then exhale, release. Go ahead and step it forward. So ground through the left foot. We're going to go for tree pose here. And then bring your right foot to the ankle, the calf, or even helping it up into the inner thigh. We're trying to draw that right knee down towards the mat. And we're pressing our left thigh into our right foot just as much as we're pressing the right foot into our left thigh. It's nice and active here in that standing leg. Making sure we're not locking the knee. Hands can be at heart center. Gazing about 3 feet in front of you helps. You can begin to grow your branches out. Creating an inward rotation of the pinkies. Thumbs are out. Making sure we're not balancing in our toes, so seeing if you can lift them. And maybe you fall out of balance for a moment, that's okay. Smiling and laughing at ourselves in the morning is always a great thing. And then exhale. Go ahead and release. Great job. Shake it out. We'll prepare for the other side. So right foot is grounded. Take your left foot to the ankle, the calf, or maybe helping it up to the inner thigh. And really pressing into that right thigh. Palms can meet at the center. Or you can begin to grow your branches. Breathing through it. Grow a little taller. And then exhale, release it down. Great job. Big toes together. Heels slightly apart. Inhale, arms come up. Gazing up. Coming up onto the balls of the feet. Finding balance here. And length. And then exhale, heels come down, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, create length. Exhale, hands come back down. Heel toe your feet to the width of the mat, turning your toes slightly outward. And then go ahead and drop your hips down. Coming into a squat here. Hands feet at heart center, find length in the spine. Really pressing the triceps into the inner thighs. Finding yourself in Malasana. Inhale, hands come down, lift your hips up, heel turn your feet back to center. Inhale, Inhale, halfway lift, create length. And then exhale, go ahead and send your hands down. Send your feet back, shift your weight forward, take your vinyasa. Inhaling for your up dog. Exhale, coming into your down dog. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. And then shifting your weight forward, knee to nose first. Send that right foot through, placing it in between your thumbs. Drop that left knee down, making sure that your knee is stacked over your ankle or that it's not passing it. If it is, go ahead and bring yourself back slightly. And then inhale, coming up onto the thighs, bringing your hands to heart center. We're going to take a twist here over to the right. Trying to bring our prayer to heart center here. And begin curling your left toes under. Engaging the left leg, lift that left knee up off of the mat. Hold it here. Releasing that twist. Rising up for crescent. I know your leg's shaking, mine is too. We got this. And then exhale, hands come down. Send that right foot back, shift your weight forward, take your vinyasa here. Inhaling for your up dog. Exhaling, coming into your down dog. Great job. Left leg lifts. Shifting your weight forward, knee to nose. And then step it through. Dropping down to that right knee. Inhale, coming up. And then bringing your hands to heart center, go ahead and take a nice twist over to the left. Coming back to your Ujjayi breath. Curling your right toes under this time. Beginning to activate those legs, lift. Great job. And then inhale, releasing the twist, arms come up. Find yourself in crescent. And then exhale, hands come down to the mat. Send that left foot back, shift your weight forward, take your vinyasa. Coming into your down dog. Coming down to your knees. And go ahead and spread your knees to the width of the mat, big toes together. Shifting your hips down, coming into child's pose. Breathing through it. Coming back to the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice here. Inhale, shifting your gaze forward, coming onto your knees. And then swinging your legs either right or left and taking a seat. Feet are nice and flexed in front of you. You can either draw your heels down by engaging your legs, or you can try to begin lifting your heels up off the mat, keeping your legs engaged. Palms are pressed directly beside the hips. Shoulders roll back. Find length in that spine. Draw the belly in. Inhale, gazing up. Exhale, chin to chest. Holding it here for Dandasana, or staff pose. Inhale, releasing the arms, raising them up. And then exhale, reaching forward first. Catch your 2-piece fingers around your big toes. Inhale, halfway lift, create length. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Seeing if with each breath you can go a little deeper here. Inhale, lengthen that spine once again. And then exhale, grab the balls of your feet this time. Find length, and then allow your heart to come down, gazing at the toes. Going a little deeper if it's available to you. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, release. Taking your hands behind you. We can go for reverse tabletop or reverse plank, yogi's choice. So for reverse plank, all 10 toes meet the mat. You're lifting your hips up and then just allowing your head to drop behind you. Reverse tabletop. Feet are about hip distance apart. And then you're going to lift the hips up. Open up the shoulders, dropping your head back behind you. Taking whatever is available to you, holding it here. Keeping those hips high. And then slowly lowering down, allowing your head to come forward slowly. Crossing at the ankles. Lift your hips up, coming into a half vinyasa, and then lower. Great job. So, bringing this right foot up, left leg is straight. You're going to just begin opening up that hip, allowing the knee to come past your shoulder. And maybe you hold it here, or maybe you begin to rock that leg like a baby. Continuing to open up that hip. Now you can stay here if you'd like to with this rocking motion, or you can see if you can bring that heel in towards the hip flexor. If you have this here, then you can do a couple of options. You can take a strap, wrapping it around the top of your foot, and then reach feet back behind you to grab it. Or a little trick that I like to use is use the tricep, help push those toes back, twist over to the right first, and see if I can catch those toes. Then I'll realign my heart to come center over this left leg. Inhale, left arm comes up, and then exhale, reaching forward, grabbing that for a nice little stretch here. Reminding ourselves never to force any movement here. We want to make sure we stay out of the joints to prevent further injury. Breathe through it. You got this. Inhale, lengthen that spine once again. And then exhale, gently release. Great job. We'll take it to the other side. Inhale, bringing that left leg in, seeing if you can pass that shoulder. And then begin rocking that baby, cradling it. And if it's available to you, take that heel in towards the hip flexor. Using that trick or method that I taught you, reaching back behind you, seeing if you could find your toes. Inhale, find length in that right hand, and then exhale, reaching it forward. Continuing to find length in the spine, gazing at the toes. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, releasing that twist and gently letting go of that bind. Great job. Left foot comes forward. Your right knee is bent. This time your left hand comes behind you. Keeping that left foot flexed. Inhale, find length here. And then exhale, just reach for the toes here. Now, if this is not enough for you, then feel free to try to take a bind, okay? So you want to make sure that your shoulder passes your knee first. And then go ahead and wrap that right arm around the shin, allowing the hand to come behind you towards the low back. And then see if you can wrap that left hand around your back and catch the fingers or the wrists, or maybe using a strap if it's available to you. Releasing your bind if you have it. Releasing that right leg forward. Left leg comes back, right hand comes behind you. You're using the right hand to kind of help you move yourself forward and continue to find length. Left hand comes up, and then exhale, allow that right hand to push you forward, reaching for the toes. Seeing if your shoulder passes the knee. If it does, feel free to take a bind. Gazing out the toes, keeping that right foot flexed and engaged. Inhale, lengthening that spine, releasing that bind. And then crossing at the ankles, lifting your hips up, and then send yourself back down. Great job. Taking your feet, soles of the feet come together. Interlace your fingers, placing them underneath your feet, taking your thumbs, opening up the balls of the feet like a book, seeing if you can splay your knees out a little further. Inhale, lengthen that spine. And exhale, bring that chin towards your chest. Inhale, shifting your gaze forward. And then exhale, allow your heart to come down and your head to drop. Keeping space between shoulders and ears here. We're trying to continue to draw our shoulder blades down our back. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. And then exhale, bringing our hands to the outsides of our knees, bringing our knees in towards the chest. Bringing our hands behind our thighs, making sure our feet are about hip distance apart. Go ahead and lower yourself back slightly. Heart is lifted. Inhale, lifting the feet up. Palms can be facing up for Savasana or bow pose. Holding it here, engaging the core, firing that belly. Crossing at the ankles, lifting the hips, and we'll do that again. Sending our feet back up, lifting our sails, palms are facing up. And then cross at the ankles, lift the hips, one last go. Holding it here, smiling through it helps. And then cross at the ankles, lift the hips, and then send your hips back down. We're going to go ahead and cross ourselves into a nice, easy seat. And then take 10 breaths here, taking a mudra if you'd like to. Your palms can be faced up for energy, down for grounding. Closing your eyes, and we'll take 10 breaths here. And after the last 7, go ahead and sigh and release the last 3 out. Bringing our arms behind us, grabbing opposite elbows here or forearms. Opening up the shoulders once more. Inhale, gaze up, find length in that spine whenever you're ready. And then exhale, allow that heart to come down, the forehead to come down. Maybe it meets the mat, maybe it doesn't. And just allowing yourself to be in the moment for a few more breaths. Inhaling, coming up nice and slow. And then beginning to allow yourself to lay down on your backs. Bringing your feet out to the width of the mat. Take a few windshield wipers here. Cactusing out the arms. Dropping your knees over to the right. Inhaling it back to center. Dropping them over to the left. Just feeling a nice release in that low back. Continuing with your breath, following it. And go ahead and come back to center. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Hold it here. And then begin settling into your final resting pose, Savasana. And you can add any additional movement before then. Maybe taking a child's pose. Maybe putting your legs up the wall. And when you're ready, taking your hands beside you. Staying in the moment, staying present. Taking a deep inhale, filling the belly. Exhale, let it all go. Releasing the breath that you've used throughout your entire practice. Allowing your body and your mind a moment of rest. Relaxing the micro muscles around the eyes. Softening the jaw, parting the teeth slightly. Resting only the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Bringing your attention to your body. Seeing if anything feels a little more tense or tight. Seeing if you can relax it a little more, allowing it to melt into the mat. Allowing the earth to carry you. And continuing to push pause on anything else that doesn't serve purpose to you at this moment as you enjoy Savasana. Beginning to deepen your inhalations and your exhalations, wiggling your fingers and your toes, rolling your ankles and your wrists, and bringing your knees in towards your chest. Giving yourself a nice big hug, thanking yourself for being here this morning. Rolling over to your favorite side. Thinking of one positive affirmation you can say to yourself about yourself, and finding yourself in one more moment of gratitude. And then when you're ready, helping yourself up into a nice, easy seat where we'll close out our practice. Inhale, arms come up. Hands meet at the top, and then exhale, sigh and release. Placing a thumb on your sternum, bowing to the highest within. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today and allowing me to be a part of your journey. The highest light within me sees, honors, and respects the highest light within each and every one of you. May you leave here today with peace in your mind and love always in your heart. Namaste.